chestnuts pop, 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 pop. Happy feeling nothing in this world can buy. When you pass around the coffee and the pumpkin pie, it'll give you a picture of career and eyes. These wonderful things that things will remember all through our lives. These wonderful things that things will remember all through our lives. Sing-a-ling, ring, ting, ting-a-ling, too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Giddy up, let's go, let's look at the show. We're riding in a wonderland of snow. Giddy up, it's grand, just holding your hand. We're riding along this wondering prairie. Nice and rosy and comfy, cozy are we. We snuggle close together like two birds of a feather would be. Let's take that broken voice and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you.
Sleigh ride together with you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Elena, and I'm in 8th grade.
My name is John De La Rosa, and I'm also in 8th grade.
My name is Sydney Guerra, and I'm in 7th grade.
Thank you all for being here tonight.
Without you, this wouldn't be a thing.
Has anyone ever had a grandmother who has had too much eggnog?
Or a grandma who forgot her medication.
Well, if you haven't, our amazing band is going to be singing a song all about it. Next up is the band performing Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. Take it away.
Didn't they just say that performance?
Hey! Sorry, guys.
We just got a little wrapped up.
Well, that helps me lead our next performance.
It will be the SBM Bells performing to Underneath the Tree by Kelly Clarkson.
Enjoy.
Snow is falling as the candles sing.
Amazing job, ladies. Speaking of Christmas tree, don't forget to see one of our ambassadors to get your own SBM ornaments. They are in the Regal blue button-up shirts.
Also, don't forget about the wreath raffle drawn at the end of the performance.
Don't be frosty. Give a holly jolly round of applause for the band as they perform Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Hey, Johnwell, I have a joke for you.
Yes, Sydney?
Who's Santa's favorite singer?
I don't know.
Elf is Presley.
That was so funny.
Telling jokes is my talent.
Now, for some real talent, the Eagles will be performing Jingle Bell Rock by Glee.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. A jingle bell swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. A jingle bells chiming, jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. A jingle around the clock. Mix and a mingle in the jingling beat. That's the Jingle Bell Rock.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell chiming, jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell chiming, jingle bell time. Snowing and blowing bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chiming, jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. Maybe Santa mingle and a jingling beat. That's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
Well, didn't they jingle all the way?
They sure did.
Sydney,
Yes?
I have a question for you.
What is that?
Do I shake well?
No, no, stop. But that does remind me of the next performance. Shake Up Christmas.
Will be sung by a chorus. Yeah, that. I would like to take a moment. Can all the parents or guardians that are here for their child in the performance stand up? Thank you. Now, let's shake up Christmas.
Shake up the happiness. Wake up the happiness. Shake up the happiness. It's Christmas time. There's a story that I was told that I wanna tell the world before I get too old. And don't remember it, so let's assemble it and reassemble it. Oh yeah. Once upon a time, there's time.
That performance was the marshmallow to my cocoa. Hey, Sydney,
Yes?
what's your favorite Christmas song?
I'd have to say Jingle Bells. Jingle bells,
Stop.
jingle.
Stop.
It was just getting to the good part.
That's no, never. Don't forget about our wreath raffle at the end of the performance.
But without us jabbering on, up next we have the cheerleaders singing Carol of the Bells. I'm sorry, cheering. Well, wasn't that just the most cheery performance you've ever seen?
It sure was cheery.
Guess what?
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 Now it's time to start rocking.
That's right. Now, our cool.
Our band will be performing "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sydney, John Will,
Yes, Elena?
I have a joke. What did one snowman say to the other snowman?
What?
Man, that was some blizzard last night. I must have gained 50 pounds.
Wow. You really need to work on that.
Work on what?
Anyways, the Bells will be performing next, and they will be dancing to Let It Snow.
My jokes are way better than yours.
Yeah, okay.
They are.
Can you two stop?
Thinking that.
No, yes, they are.
Well, outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And simply no place to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. Lights are gone way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the snow. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the snow. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Well, didn't they out of themselves?
They really did.
Next up will be 8th grade band members performing, or should I say playing, Hall of the Mountain Ring.
Keep in mind that these are just our 8th grade band members. And we'd like to give a special shout out to Princess Katrina Cooper, Caden Fincher, Justin Gonzalez, Jeffrey King,
Isaac Polly, Natalia Robertson,
and they'd like to give a big shout out to their band director, Eric Boletto, for mentoring them for these years.
Hope you enjoy.
Dang, did you see those moves?
Yeah, the band was amazing too.
I mean, he did have to have music to dance to.
You're right. No. I love chicken.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know, I just felt like people should know.
Do you like simple things?
Like simply having a wonderful Christmas?
Exactly. Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas, sung by the SBM Chorus.
Enjoy.
Santa, tell me if you're really there. Don't make me fall in love again if you won't be here next year. Santa, tell me if he really cares. 'Cause I can't give it all away if he won't be here next year. Feeling Christmas all around, and I'm trying to play it cool, but it's hard to focus when I see him walking across the room. Let us know it's blasting now, but I won't get in the mood. I'm avoiding every mistletoe until I know it's true love that he thinks of. So next Christmas, I'm not all alone. Boy, Santa, tell me if you're really there. Don't make me fall in love again if he won't be here next year. Santa, tell me if he really cares. 'Cause I can't give it all away if he won't be here next year. I've been down this road before, fell in love on Christmas night, but on New Year's Day I woke up and you wasn't by my side. Now I need someone to hold, be my fire in the cold, but it's hard to tell if this is just a fling or if it's true love that he thinks of. So next Christmas, I'm not all alone. But Santa, tell me if you're really there. Don't make me fall in love again if he won't be here next year. Santa, tell me if he really cares. 'Cause I can't give it all away if he won't be here next year. Oh, I wanna have him beside me like on the 25th by the fireplace. But I don't want no broken heart. This year I've got to be smart. Oh, baby, if it won't be here. Santa, tell me if you're really there. Don't make me fall in love again if he won't be here next year. Santa, tell me if he really cares. 'Cause I can't give it all away if he won't be here next year. Santa, tell me if you're really there. Don't make me fall in love again if he won't be here next year. Santa, tell me if he really cares. 'Cause I can't give it all away if he won't be here.
Sorry for the mix-up.
Yeah. But anyways, speaking of Ariana Grande, did y'all hear about her and Pete Davidson's engagement?
I didn't.
That's okay. It didn't last long anyways.
Okay. This time will be simply having a wonderful Christmas.
Sorry again.
Enjoy.
The mood is right, the spirit's up. We're here tonight, and that's enough to simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The party's on, the feeling's here. That only comes this time of year. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The choir of children sing their song. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding. We're simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The word is out about the town to lift a glass out on the ground. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The choir of children sing their song. They practiced all year long. Ding dong, 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 ding dong. The party's on, the spirit's up. We're here tonight, and that's enough. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The mood is right, the spirit's up. We're here tonight, and that's enough. We're simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Oh, for Christmas
"2017, the good old days, huh?"
You're only 13.
I know, but when I was 11, I got to listen to a 2017 Christmas music mix without being told it was old music.
Well, guess what?
What?
You're gonna hear it again.
Really?
Yeah.
Christmas music mix 2017?
Guess who's going to be performed by?
Who?
The cheerleaders.
Yay!
You didn't have to be that excited, you know.
Oh, well.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. What fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. What fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, go away, jingle, what go away, jingle, oh, go away, jingle, what go away, jingle bells, jingle all the way. What fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Go crashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go, laughing all the way. Making our spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing the sleighing song tonight. Bird machine. Check.
Hey, Elena.
Hey, Sydney.
I have a joke for you, and I bet it's better than yours.
All right, bet.
What's a mountain's favorite type of candy? Snowcaps.
That's not even funny.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, my turn. What do snowmen call their parties? Snowball. Judging by the crowd, mine's better.
No. But anyway, next up we have
Let It Snow, performed by our very own SBM chorus.
Enjoy.
Weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. It's such an old place to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Mine's better.
Oh, it's not. Mine's better.
Yeah, okay.
So you made me forget what I was gonna say. Okay, sorry. We're gonna have a few special guests tonight, and one very special guest,
Your favorite principal.
Miss Siebert.
Also, all the children with the Grinch stage passes, can you please stand up so that Santa's little helpers can come get you?
Does anyone know what this story is? The Grinch. Raise your hand if you know the Grinch. Oh, is he your favorite color? Okay, quick question. Who would you rather, the Grinch or Santa? I thought so. I was just checking. So are you guys ready for story time? What about the rest of you? Yes. Okay, without any further ado, How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. But the Grinch who lived just north of Whoville did not. The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be, perhaps, that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Whos, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm-lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now, hanging a mistletoe wreath. And they're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas, it's practically here. Then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming, I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming. For tomorrow, he knew, all the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early. They'd rush for their toys. And then, oh, the noise, noise. That's one thing he hated, the noise. Then the Whos, young and old, would sit down to a feast. They'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast. They would feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beast, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. And then they'd do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Whos would start singing. They'd sing and they'd sing, and they'd sing. And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I've put up with it now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how? Does anyone know how he was going to stop Christmas? Was he going to take all the presents? Oh, that would be so Grinchy, wouldn't it? Let's see what happens. Then he got an idea, an awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. I know just what to do, the Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat, and he chuckled and clucked. What a great Grinchy trick! With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer, the Grinch looked around, but since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the Grinch? No, the Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max, then he took some red thread, and he tied a big horn on the top of his head. Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said, giddy up, and the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Whos lay a snooze in their town. All their windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air. All the Whos were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square, "This is stop number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch, but if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a moment or two, then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who stockings all hung in a row. These stockings, he grinned, are the first things to go." Everybody say, "Bye, Grinch." Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn and plums, and he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast. He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch, he even took their last can of Who hash. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. And now the Grinch, grinned the Grinch, "I will stuff up the tree." And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove when he heard a small sound like the coo of a dove. He turned around fast and he saw a small Who, little Cindy Lou Who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter who'd got out of bed for a cold cup of water. She stared at the Grinch and said, "Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?" But you know that old Grinch was so smart and so slick, he thought up a lie, and he thought it up quick. "Why, my sweet little tot," the fake Santa Claus lied, "there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there and I'll bring it back here." And his fib fooled the child, then he patted her head, and he got her a drink and he sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went to the bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. Then the last thing he took was the log for the fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire, and the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's mouses. It was 15:15 dawn, all the Who's still abed, all the Who's still a snooze when he packed up his sled. Packed it up with presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags and the tinsel, the trimmings, the trappings. 3,000 feet up the side of my crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it. "Pooh-pooh to the Who's," he was grinchiously humming. "They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up, I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. Then the Who's down in Whoville will all cry, boo-hoo. That's a noise," grinned the Grinch, "that I simply must hear." So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes, then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light, and he brought back the toys and the food for the feast, and he himself the Grinch carved the roast beast. Everybody say yay for the Grinch. The end.
Has been such an amazing night.
Thank you all for being here. You really put the star on top of the tree. Oh my.
You're so terrible.
So,
And where have you been? I've been looking for you everywhere.
I've been so nervous.
I just went on the craziest adventure.
Oh, that explains the hand.
That's besides the point. Don't we have a wreath raffle to do?
Oh yeah.
That's right. Can Miss Menino please come up to the stage? We know you worked so hard on this raffle to raise money for our school. But it's such a shame.
It really is. We don't have anyone really special to pick for the raffle.
Nobody's special enough to pick somebody for the raffle. I mean, I could pick, but, you know.
I mean, I could pick, because my jokes are better.
No, let's not.
Ho, ho, ho.
Did you hear that?
I heard that.
I heard it too.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Is that Santa?
Santa!
Oh my gosh, I know him!
Oh.
Watch your step there, Santa.
Can everyone please have a round of applause for Santa?
Woo! Yes! Merry Christmas.
Christmas Santa.
Close.
Yeah.
You gotta close your eyes.
Hopefully it's someone that's been really nice this year.
Hopefully it's Mr. Lancaster. All right. It is none other than Donna Colonna. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Can we have another round of applause for Santa?
And now, for the grand finale,
All of the performing groups will actually be on stage.
And they will be performing to
war is over.
Happy Christmas.
Yeah.